Hi guys, it's ASBYT and welcome back to a brand new video, and today we're going to be looking at the Samsung Galaxy Fold and the Huawei Mate X, two hugely talked about new products from both manufacturers. We're going to be discussing all of the details surrounding them and which might potentially be a better option for you. So without further ado, let's get straight to it. Hi guys, like I said, welcome back to a brand new video. Now, of course, the Samsung Galaxy Fold was unveiled on February the 20th at the Unpacked event. I was actually there, but I've waited until now to go over the device and give my own honest opinions because I wanted to wait for the unveiling of the Huawei Mate X, their foldable phone, which of course was launched at MWC in Barcelona. Now, of course, both launches had lots of jargon, almost too much information. So today we're going to break it down nice and simply for you, giving you all the information in a bite-sized chunk. So I'm going to start on the Galaxy Fold, then I'm going to jump onto the Mate X, comparing as we go, and then I'm going to give you my updated opinion on the on the foldable smartphone trend as a whole. So let's first break down the design. So the Galaxy Fold, we have the front display, which is 4.6 inches. And then of course, when it's folded out, we have the second larger display, the tablet mode, if you will. And that is a 7.3 inch Infinity Flex display. On the base, we have the Type-C charging port on one side and the speaker grille on the other. The same kind of metal and glass look that we've seen on all of the premium latest smartphones. But of course, it folds in the middle, and how it does that is due to its multi-interlocking gear hinge system. So we do get a little bit of a gap where the hinge is, but all in all, it's a huge improvement from the world's first foldable smartphone in the Huawei FlexPi. Again, not hating on Huawei, but software and hardware, it just wasn't ready. That's probably as polite as I can go. This actually looks like a real premium device. We've got the fingerprint scanner on the side, similar to what we've seen on the Samsung Galaxy S10e. And we also have stereo speakers. We've got six, can't even count to six. We've got 6 cameras, 3 on the rear, 2 inside, and 1 on the front. And now I know what you're thinking, the design is all well and good, but what's it rocking inside? So we've got a 7nm processor with 12 gigabytes of RAM, which is going to be great for multitasking, and it should mean flawless performance. Should being the important word.
Maps.
We've got 512 gigabytes of storage, and we also have universal flash storage 3.0. And if you don't know what that means, it means it's going to be able to read data twice as fast as the current generic smartphone. We've got 2 batteries totaling 4,380 mAh battery capacity. And while I think that's okay, I would have to test it in more detail because of course, larger display or more displays is going to mean taking up quite a lot of juice because displays are of course a big factor in battery drain. So the front display works like a normal smartphone, and if you wanted to go and open up an app like WhatsApp or Spotify or Microsoft Office, Google Maps for example, and then you wanted to see it on a larger display like a tablet, all you do is simply fold it out. And due to Samsung's app continuity, I think was the term they used, it creates a seamless interaction between that front display and the folded out display. I will go into my overall opinions towards the end, but I can see that being really helpful with things like Google. Really helpful for things like Google. Very helpful for things like Google. Things like Google. I can't actually speak. What's wrong with me? Google Maps, for example. Another great software tweak is the fact that you can use up to 3 different apps. So we used to obviously multitasking on Android specifically using the split screen mode. Well, now we have it with the Galaxy Fold with 3 different sections. We have the main section on the left, and then we have top and bottom on the right as well in smaller parts. So you can be chatting to friends, watching content on YouTube, for example, and doing a bit of work at the same time if you so wish. Although let's be honest, if you're chatting to friends and watching YouTube, you're not really getting much work done. Now, in order to do this, Samsung have been working a lot with app developers and of course Google, and because of that, you also get a thrown in YouTube Premium upgrade as well. Although I personally think that's the least they can do when we look at the price, but we'll get to price in a second. It comes in 4 different colors: Cosmos Black, Martian Green, Space Silver, not Space Grey, take from that what you will, and Astro Blue as well. Let me know in the comment section below what your favorite color out of those would be. So now we jump on to price and availability. Available on the 26th of April, and it's going to cost just a measly $1,860 US. And again, I'll give my opinion on the device and pricing towards the end, but let me know in the comment section below what you think. Worth 2,000? Let me know. So now let's compare that to the Huawei Mate X. Now, according to the Huawei CEO, Richard Yu, they were experimenting with 3 different designs of their folding device, and one of them was very similar to the Samsung Galaxy Fold. They went against that idea because they thought with the extra display and build, it would be too heavy. So instead of having that front display which folds out and then you've got another display inside, their version has a tablet which simply just folds in half, like with the Royally Flex Pi, and on the back there is nothing other than a camera. As a result, we have an 8-inch tablet when folded out, and then when folded together, we have a back panel which is 6.38 inches and a front panel which is 6.6 inches, or 5.5.
It's 5.5, 6.6 inch.
I couldn't resist. Now, as well as the Mate X being lighter as a result of its design than the Galaxy Fold, it also comes in much thinner. And that's not just when folded out. When folded together, it's only 11mm in its thickest part. And that is mainly due to the hinge technology that they've used, which is called the I nearly said Golden Eagle wing then. That's definitely not it. It's actually the Falcon wing hinge. But if you want to use Golden Eagle hinge, Huawei, be my guest. It's out there, you can use it. Now, apparently the Mate X hinge uses over 100 different components, and it does look very impressive at how thin you can make this device. Again, not too sure about its durability over time, but of course we will only know this in due course. The camera positioning only being on that side strip also means a almost fully bezel-less design when the tablet is folded out. Something you don't get with the Galaxy Fold because of the camera module on the top right-hand side. Now, in terms of software, Huawei have admitted this isn't anywhere near finished. Won't be really finished until the middle of this year, but there is multitasking, but it's only split screen. It's only 2 screens, similar to the ZTE Accent M, but it doesn't quite have the pizzazz of the Galaxy Fold with the fact that you can do 3 different tasks all at once, only 2 on the Mate X, it seems so far. They may change that as we get towards release. Now, similar to the Galaxy Fold with its 7nm processor, we have the Kirin 980, which is Huawei's latest and greatest, and will only really be updated around the time of the release of the Mate 30, which is due out around October time this year. It has dual SIM, or 1 SIM, and expandable storage. The battery is again split into 2 parts, but it has a total of 4,500, slightly more than the 4,380 again that we saw on the Galaxy Fold. One big thing about the Mate X is the speed of charging. 55 watt charge, which means that you can charge this device 85% full in 30 minutes, which is absolutely huge. It's insane. It's brilliant. And in fact, that means, I believe for the first time, the charger that comes with the Mate X, you will be able to use to charge a laptop or computer that has Type-C charge. Something that's never been done before. You could always use a laptop charger, for example, to charge your phone, but never the other way around. It's powerful enough on the Mate X to actually be able to do that. Insane. In the membrane. I think that's from a song somewhere, and I'm not really sure where. Poof! Huawei will also be offering a case that comes with the device, which means that you can cover both sides because obviously it's double screen, and that's something that I do quite like. Whether they give it to you for free or not is again another matter, and something I think they really should, based on the price, which we'll get to again very shortly. Now, Huawei also claim that this device is the first in many areas for connectivity, so we have the likes of its ability to combine 4G and 5G for lightning fast speeds. For example, the ability to download an HD 4GB movie in about 12 seconds. That's pretty quick. Now, all of this technology, along with the camera, for example, as I said, is bundled in that sidebar. Great place to hold the device and a great place to store all of that important tech that we know and love. So again, there are pros to this design. Now, unlike the Galaxy Fold, it only comes in one color, Interstellar Blue, I believe is what it's called. Available around July, August time this year. Again, a very small price, tiny price of €2,299. 2,500-600 in US dollars probably, and maybe around the 2,000 mark in UK pounds. Firstly, I want to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comment section below which is your favourite, pros and cons of both. Would you buy it if you had the cash? Do you have the cash? Are you going to buy it? So what are my first impressions of these two devices? Me personally, I think some of these companies really need to take a long hard look at themselves, because this pricing structure, I do understand the technology behind it, the research behind it, how much money they've had to plow into making these devices. It can't be cheap, but equally I can't see a market for these two devices straight away. I don't see how, outside of a few big money ballers and many people, big Money ballers, that's a new one. I don't see how many people are going to be able to afford it, but taking money aside, what do I think of the two devices? These definitely are the two best implementations that we have currently right now. If you were to push me for an opinion on which I prefer, when folded together, I personally like the 6.6-inch display on the Mate X compared to the 4.6 on the Galaxy Fold. The Mate X, when folded, is a more usable traditional smartphone than the Galaxy Fold. I personally think the Galaxy Fold is too small when folded together. I wouldn't really feel I could use that as a normal smartphone in that capacity, and I would find myself opening it out a lot more than is perhaps necessary. For me, I use a smartphone far more than a tablet, and therefore I would want the smartphone element of the foldable phone to be paramount, and I feel it's the other way around with the Galaxy Fold. On the flip side, I think the Galaxy Fold looks far more premium in its build. The Mate X definitely looks a lot more plasticky, cheaper really in its design, a bit more like the Royale FlexPi, which I didn't think was quite ready. I'm really not convinced by either. This may change with the product in my hand and a bit of testing. Make that front display bigger and we could be onto a winner. Do you prefer the thin lightness of the Mate X and the fact that when folded it looks more like a standard smartphone, as opposed to the Galaxy Fold, which has a much smaller display on the front for when it's folded but feels a bit more premium? Hopefully I will be getting my hands on both of these two devices to unbox and review for you guys, so if you want to see those, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, you turn on the notification bell so that when I post those videos you are notified. Drop a like on the video if you did enjoy it and found it helpful. For unboxings, reviews, breaking tech news, make sure you stick around for the ride. I love you and leave you. I'll see you in the next one. Says ASBYT, peace out.